Hey folks, lack of response. We're getting into another round of the good, the bad, and the weird. Today we are getting into one of my other knife cases. And this one is mostly fidgets, except for these three. So we will go through some of these. We are going to look at this knife. Let's get that out of the way. Okay. This is the Terrain 365 Invictus. We are going to talk about the good, which is things I like about it. The bad, which is things that I don't like about it. And the weird, which are things that make it different, unique, and interesting. And in accordance with prophecy, we're going to start with some measurements and size comparisons. Here we go. Measurements. We are 3.5 inch blade. Maybe 8 1/4 overall. So kind of a small knife. Thickness. Handle thickness is less than 1/2 inch. Blade's pretty thin. Let's do some size comparing. We have a Spyderco Mannix and a large Sebenza 21. So, not a big knife, not an overbuilt knife. Let's do a thickness comparison with the size comparison knives. So not thick. Let's get these out of the way. Oh, wrong one. Here we go. The Terrain 365 Invictus. Okay. So, we are going to talk about the good, the bad, and the weird, and we're going to start with the good. Before we do that, we of course want to zoom in and look at markings on the blade. There is the Terrain 365 logo. Terravantium USA. Terravantium is the blade material. And it's got a pretty clean design. Just a couple screws going right into the titanium. Backspacer jimping. Okay. So, the good. We saw that Terravantium on the back side of the blade. That's the first thing on the good. What is Terravantium? Terravantium is a cobalt material. Words are hard. It's a cobalt blade. It has really good edge retention. I've never had to even touch this up. There are videos out there of people doing edge retention tests, and it lasts a ridiculously long time. It is very corrosion resistant. Since it's not steel, it doesn't rust. I know the cobalt blades are popular with like boating knives and things like that. So if you are somebody who is a stickler for edge retention and corrosion resistance, Terravantium, or the Terrain 365 knives that have it, or anybody else with a cobalt blade, that might be something you like. I want to zoom in. Smaller knife. There we go. Next thing that's good, I like the aesthetics on this. It's a pretty neutral handle, or I like the ergos on this, rather. It's a neutral handle with a nice forward choil. Looking at this, you may be reminded of the, what do they call it, Triple Aught Design, something or other. Triple Aught Design had knives like this. That's because it's from the same designer, Patrick Ma. He designed knives for Triple Aught. He also does knives for Terrain 365, and this is very much that same designer, so it's going to have a similar design. It's a nice spear point blade, not too thick. Good swedge, so you can flat ground. So for all your regular utility pocket knifey tasks, it'll work just fine. It is on bearings. Looks like it It would not really need a steel lock bar insert since there isn't any steel, since the blade isn't steel, so I don't think they're worried about that. As you can see in there, the back spacer has a groove milled into it, just to make sure the blade isn't hitting the back spacer when it's closed, so that's good. It's got some nice jimping up there for comfort. Small enough that you can get your index finger way up there for finer details. And if you want a pinch grip, you can, because you got a nice little spot right there where you won't get cut. Also good, more interesting, it's a neat extra feature. That, let's get over here where you can see it. The thumb studs have a little glow-in-the-dark inlay on them. So that way, if you are using this outdoors at night, maybe it'll glow. But if it's been in your pocket, the little glowy bits won't be charged. Still a neat little addition. Probably more of a weird than a good, but it's amusing, so it's good. Handle has textures on at least the G10 side, so that's good. Adds grip. The bad. Well, I think we missed a spot on the texturing, right? This is just smooth, kind of a matte titanium. I don't know if that's satin. I mean, Sebenza is blasted and has more texture to it. That is less textured than a Sebenza. That's very smooth. And it's gray and it's bland. So they didn't texture the other side. Kind of a boring color, kind of a drab bluish gray. It's a very neutral knife. So if you like a kind of a neutral knife that's not very eye-catching, maybe that's good. To me, it looks kind of boring. So that's bad. The weird. Teravantium blade. That cobalt blade is very weird. It's also good, but it's weird. You don't see a lot of knives with blades that are not some kind of steel. There's a few companies out there that do that every so often. Sandrin uses tungsten carbide of some type. Terrain 65 does the cobalt thing. If you know of others, tell us in the comments. I'm sure people are interested. The glow-in-the-dark thumb studs are weird. I don't feel like they add that much. So yeah, they definitely belong in the weird. And when I bought it, it came with a little tube of lube. That was weird. Not a lot of knives come with lube. That is long gone. I'm getting ready to move, so I've thrown out a lot of knife packaging. But there we go. The good, the bad, and the weird of the Terrain 365 Invictus. Tell us what you think in the comments. Like, share, and subscribe. And stay tuned for more. Have a good one.